I'm Ryan Hill, and this is In All Honesty. Okay, so I've done some really stupid things in my life. It's never seemed like it, but these things, they were all unintentional and innocent in conception. I've been chased by rabid dogs. I've been blown up by faulty bottle rockets. I've soda bombed a convenience store twice. I even hit a guy with a traffic cone, and there was no good reason behind it. I once even got a broadsword stuck in the wall of the apartment building that I was living in at the time, and I swear that one was really unintentional. It wasn't. I guess the point that I'm trying to make is that I've done some really ridiculous things in my life, but none of them compare with what I'm about to tell you. Okay, so it was back in 2012, it was October, the leaves had just changed, and I was hanging out with a friend. Now, before I get started, my friend and I, we do a lot of stupid things, okay? And it's because we're bored. And now that's not a bad thing for most people, but it's a bad thing for us because we get bored. And for us, that meant someone was either getting hurt or objects, like windows, were getting broken. So we were hanging out. We'd basically been doing stupid things all day. We'd just been playing basketball. And we'd ran out of productive things to do within the hour that I came over. So my friend looks at me and he says, "Hey, I got an idea." And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "We should do this prank." And I'm like, "What is it?" "It's called the invisible rope." And he shows me this video and I'm looking at it and I'm like, "Okay, that's simple. We'll do that." And we do it, and we do it a couple times, and it's fun. And it goes off well during the day. And we do it until we basically get bored of it. So we go inside, we play video games for a while until we get bored of that, and then my friend decides that we should take a walk, and I'm like, okay. So we're walking down this road from behind his house at about 8 o'clock at night towards a convenience store. And we see this car coming by. And my friend looks at me and he's like, "Hey, I got an idea." And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "We should do the invisible rope prank to that car." Now what I should have said is, "Hell no! What is wrong with you?" But what I actually said was, "Okay." So we get on either side of the road. I'm looking at him. He's looking at me. I'm looking at him. He's looking at me. We're looking away. Then we look at the car. Then I look at him. Then he looks at me. We look at each other. We look away, and then we look at the car. And we both had the same idea. Wait a minute. Why does that car look like it has a siren on it? So, and I looked at him, he looked at me, we looked away, I looked at him, he looked at me, we looked back at the car, and we must have had the same idea at the exact same time because we both rolled away. Now, it was pretty obvious we'd stopped a cop. And my idea was that, hey, you know what? We'll just crawl through. We'll get away with it. It'll be like we might have stopped him. He might have seen us, but if we just get away fast enough, it'll be like he never caught us. So I'm on the ground. I'm crawling away military style on my stomach. When all of a sudden I see my friend stand up, and I'm like, "What are you doing? Get down!" Only I'm whispering it. And he walks over to the cop, and they talk for a minute. And I'm like, "Oh my God, he's going to arrest us, he's going to think we're robbers, he's going to shoot us. He's going to shoot us." So, and he talks for a second, and I'm like, maybe he's only going to indicate himself. And then he points to my general area, and I'm like, "Oh, hell." So I stand up, I walk over there, and I'm like, "Oh my God, he's going to arrest us. He's going to arrest us." But what he actually did surprised me even more. The cop looked at us, he laughed, and he said, "Have a nice night." He rolled up his windows and he drove off.